the mounting weirdness that's coming from the right wing related to Barack Obama is continuing. And not only that, the death threats are increasing as well. Since Barack Obama took office, the rate of threats against the president has increased 400% from the 3,000 that we had a year or so ago under President George W. Bush, author of In the President's Secret Service. Some of the threats to Barack Obama have been publicized, including this alleged plot by white supremacists in Tennessee late last year to rob a gun store, shoot 88 black people, decapitate 14, and then assassinate Barack Obama, who, of course, is the first black president in American history. So the thing is, most of these death threats are kept under wraps because, understandably, the Secret Service thinks if they reveal the details, it would only increase the number of copycat attempts. It would give people ideas. Most threats aren't credible, and I think we would know that as well, Lewis. I mean, if we're talking about even something where a random guest on talk radio says, I'd like to kill the president or something like that, if that's considered one of these, in most cases, that's not going to be credible, and the CIA and the Secret Service, I assume, follows up and determines pretty quickly that it's not. But still, you have to be if the increase is 400%, they can't all be uncredible, right?
I'm sure there's some people behind this that I mean, there's got to be, out of that many people that actually think they can pull this off.
Yeah, and we know,
of course, the chances of them actually pulling this off are slim.
Are they? I mean, it's hard to know because you know of all the precautions that the Secret Service takes, but then you have to wonder, well, if someone really just figured out a way, I mean, a John F. Kennedy type thing where you're up in a window somewhere, even though I bet they're clearing areas for miles, or at least in a big city for blocks and blocks when Barack Obama's coming through. I don't know. If you get someone who's crazy enough to try it, would it be that hard to do in the right setting? I don't know. Maybe it would. Maybe it wouldn't. You just think, okay, well, sometimes Barack Obama's outdoors in certain situations, but yes, they do set up. They disrupt the line of sight. They're checking people for miles. They're creating a perimeter. Maybe it is tough. I don't know. It seems to me that very, not easily, but there could be a situation where, in a way that isn't being thought of, the president could be at risk. I have no idea.
Yeah, I guess anything's possible, but overall, you have to assume that chances are it's probably not going to happen.
Well, one of the guys that is concerning to the Secret Service is this Arizona pastor, Steve Anderson. And I played this last week, and we'll just play a little bit of it today because it's just so unbelievable. And this guy actually preached something about he hopes Barack Obama gets the same type of brain tumor as Ted Kennedy. We won't listen to that now, but you'll get a pretty quick idea of this guy from this audio.
There is no universal church found in the Bible. Yet the Southern Baptists in their statement of faith believe in a universal church. Yet the United Methodists in their statement of faith believe in a universal church. You say they don't believe that. Look, the United Methodists, 10% of their preachers are queers. Don't even try to defend the United Methodist Church to me, brother. They got a dyke and a faggot behind the pulpit. If you don't like that word, then go find another church. Go find one of these queer churches they'll put the faggot behind the pulpit. I'll stand behind the pulpit and call him the faggot that he is. Amen. And if you don't like that kind of preaching, nobody forced you to be here this morning. I'm here to preach the Bible.
Okay, so this guy's clearly completely nuts. I like, by the way, how after he says he gives his rantings, you hear one guy, amen. Completely casual. This is just a normal type of thing. Okay, well, a former Secret Service agent was asked, is this the type of thing when you have a guy like this who's he's kind of wacky, he's a preacher type guy, he's just being loud in church, is this something that the Secret Service would concern themselves with? And this particular Secret Service agent says, I am sure that the Secret Service has talked to this guy.
I am confident that they have already knocked on his door, that through counterpart means in local and state and federal authorities that this has come to be explained to, and for the media to bring it out. I definitely think that it's come to their attention.
Mike, you going to add something to that? No, I've been talking to some folks, and he has been interviewed by the U.S. Secret Service. But he walks the fine line. And Scott, you'll agree with me. I was with the Metropolitan Police and worked on all the presidential and vice presidential details when I was there for 26 years. And I can tell you, we used to run into people like this all the time who knew how to walk that fine line without making a
Well,
direct
let
threat.
me stop you
And that's
both
why
there.
they didn't arrest
Well,
him.
hold on a minute. Here's Statute 18 U.S. Code Section 8.
Okay, we don't need to listen to Rick Sanchez reading statutes. It's interesting, though, how the Secret Service works, and both of them saying, one saying he assumes and the other saying he knows that the Secret Service has interviewed this guy. Can you imagine what that interview goes like? So, tell us, are you planning on carrying out any violence against the president? How does he answer that? How does he answer that given everything that he said? Does he just say no? Does he say, I don't know. I would love to know what his reaction is. We heard him in his church. How does he act when the Secret Service shows up and is actually talking to him? I would love to be a fly on the wall during that interview.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, I can't even imagine.
And when he says he walks the fine line, he walks the fine line with not issuing an actual death threat in church, saying he hopes that Barack Obama comes down with a certain type of cancer. Okay, yeah, that's not really a death threat, meaning it's not that he would be doing anything. But what does he say when he's questioned by Secret Service? Does he say the same thing? Is that enough to get him whatever the next? You always hear about people being interviewed by Secret Service. I wonder what the next step after interview is. It's probably something not quite as nice, I would imagine.